I'm joined by First Coast Connect Book Club host Stacey Goldring to discuss this month's selection. Good morning, Stacey.
Good morning, Ann. How are you?
I'm great. It's so nice to see you. So, you have a book about kind of a magical cafe?
Yeah, and that's not like me, but there you have it, because that's what book club's all about, right? So this book is called Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi, and this was recommended by our very own Michelle Coram. And she reads great books, so I knew this would be a winner.
Oh, exciting.
Yeah, so here's the premise of the book, and I'm just going to throw it out at you. What would you do if you could travel back in time? Now, that's the premise of the book, but there are rules. So you're in this magical little cafe tucked away in an alley in Tokyo, right? And there's only one seat in the cafe where you can sit in and go back in time. You can't leave the cafe. And whoever you want to speak to when you go back in time has to, for some reason, have been in the cafe. And you can't do anything to change the present.
Ah.
And you have to finish whatever you were doing, whatever you were trying to accomplish by going back in time before the coffee gets cold. And that's the title of the book.
Ha!
I know.
So this is not your usual kind of book that you read?
No, I like most of my authors very dead. And this gentleman is very alive and aerobic. And the reason why, and I say it in jest because most authors I like to read, I want to make sure it's worth the reader's time. So you have to stand the test of time. Oh my gosh, I'm saying time way too many times. But you have to stand the test. That's why I usually don't read new authors. But this guy hit the ground running. And this is like one in a series of 5 books. I'm going to read all of them.
Oh, awesome.
I know it's a cute little book. Look, it's so cute. It's very little. And,
it's a whimsical book, sort of?
Yeah, it's kind of magical realism, like you said. Well, not so much realism, but they're very likable characters. They're all in the cafe. You know, there's the owner, there's the person who serves the coffee, there's the waitress, etc. And then the people that go back in time, they all want to reconcile something. So there are 4 chapters. So you have 2 lovers, a husband and a wife. You have a daughter and a mother, etc. And all these people just want to fix something, even though it's not going to change the present. And if you think about that, that is really, in one sense, it's a gift, like to be able to go back and do that. But in another way, it's kind of a challenge. Like, would you want to go back in time? Like, I wouldn't.
Well, the whole idea of time travel usually is to fix something in the present.
Right, and you can't do that. So it's all about kind of like making amends or trying to find out something that you didn't know so you can understand why the present is happening as it is. It's kind of a mind bender. It's a really good book. And like I said, I read it in 2 days, and I'm a slow reader.
So they're traveling through time, so they're kind of having this journey. Are they also evolving as characters as they do it?
So they come back and they've all learned something. And sometimes that's a good thing. And sometimes it's heartbreaking. And sometimes it's enlightening. But that's life. It's really beautifully done. And I found out it's going to be a film.
Oh.
So that's kind of interesting as well.
I saw that maybe it started as a play even before it
Yes,
became a book.
it was a play. It's a film. It's in Japanese. I don't know if they translated it yet. And then it's also going to be a television series. So I can't believe I picked something popular.
Yeah, you're really at the leading edge
Michelle.
of this.
It's all Michelle. I give her all the credit.
All right, Stacey. So, I mean, having read this, would you want to travel back in time?
No, I don't do woulda, shoulda, coulda. I just can't. It's too complicated. I don't like that many choices. I just believe in looking ahead. Would you?
Sure. I don't know
Really?
exactly what my agenda would be, but I mean, if I could time travel, I think I would dip in and out and check out some other times just for fun.
Wow, I'm very impressed. Well, in this case, though, you have to go back in time to fix something.
Sure, I got all things I could
Oh,
fix.
okay, I
I've
see.
got a long list of things I could fix.
Okay, well, me too, actually, but I just can't even face it. But it's a fun book because it makes you think about second chances, and who doesn't love a second chance?
Right. And there is an Alzheimer's story, one of them.
There is, and it's so sweet.
I mean,
It's a
that's
husband
like
and wife.
chasing kind of like memories as they disappear.
Yes, exactly. And there's a letter involved, which is very interesting. I'm telling you, this author is very clever, and I use clever in the best way because he ties everything up very well.
So, if people want to read or not read and still participate in the Chapter Endnotes Book Club, how do they do that?
So they just go to chapterendnotes.com and register, and we meet at San Marco Books and More, and we'll meet Tuesday at 6:30. And if you can't make it, I also have an online book club that meets at 11 a.m. the same day.
So, this is Tuesday, May 14th,
Hmm.
and the meeting at 6:30 at night is at San Marco Books and More.
That's right, in the heart of San Marco.
We always love your reading advice, and
Aw,
thanks for coming in and giving us this good review. I'm sure
thank
Michelle
you.
will be thrilled.
Oh, well, this is so much fun. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.